Green flag is out, and Elimination Saturday underway. Cindric up front in the 22 and already into the wall, and now the 18 goes around. Harrison Burton spins. We saw just in front of the 18.
Hold on right there.
The 19 has damage. Brandon Jones, the hood almost off of this car.
Yeah, huge damage to the 19.
Yeah, that left front nose
Get the hood back on.
hood, obviously. This track's so fast, Steve, that's going to really hurt their chance. Even if they can get that hood down, it's really going to hurt their opportunity here.
Hey, we talking monster mile. It will jump up at any point. We know it is crazy on starts and restarts, and we see why. So narrow. The widest part of this racetrack is actually the corners. When you file off the corners down the straightaway, there's very little room.
All right, a car got into the wall in front of Harrison Burton. Let's take another look at what happened here coming out of 2.
Harrison gets really loose, basically by himself. He had a car on the outside. 19 nowhere to go. Makes contact with the 18. Harrison making his first Xfinity start here.
Yeah, that's the last thing Harrison wanted to do, is be involved in a situation where you see right there.
That's Tyler Reddick.
Yeah, Tyler Reddick very loose also.
So was the 7 of Justin Allgaier. He was almost around.
That's the last thing that you want to do, is be involved in a situation with your teammate in this point battle. Both those cars really sideways.
Obviously, the grip level of the racetrack and not what the drivers expect, as we have 3 cars getting sideways, one of which the 18 spinning around, 19 with heavy contact. Noah Gragson gets fortunate. Some pretty heavy smoke out of the 51. I can't tell if it's engine or tire smoke. Jeremy Clements will bring his car to pit road. All the tires look up. He was running in the 9th position.
He radioed Steve. He thinks it just blew up.
Oh,
Monster big already on these guys.
Yeah. It has been brutal. So potentially Jeremy Clements out now with an engine issue. We see Reddick trying to get by that 0-1.
Tyler Reddick, I know he has an attack attitude. That's how he always drives. But this is going to be the one case where he's really going to have to take a deep breath. Randall Burnett, his crew chief's going to say, hey, okay, buddy, listen, we came in with a lot of points. This is not the race to go prove how good we are. This is the race to prove how mature we are. Let's just do what we need to advance. That is not popular in racing. No one likes points racing. But guess what? Points racing is the answer for the 2 right here as we look on the helmet. Here, I'm working that throttle, Jeff.
And that's exactly the message from Randall Burnett to Tyler Reddick. Just kind of take a deep breath here early in the race. Remember, Steve, if they collect stage points here in stage 1, and obviously those laps are dwindling down quickly, they can clinch in and already automatically advance to the next round. So that's kind of their focus. But they're back here in the 2 pit building braces for that right rear, which is still kind of caved in, and making a plan for what they need to do on the next stop. The car not completely fixed, but trying to stay focused and stay in the game for the 2 teams.
Well, the news came that Tyler Reddick will be racing on Sundays. Those races are twice as long as Christopher Bell makes a little contact with the outside wall. Tyler Reddick racing on Sundays against Christopher Bell. Yeah. Both of these drivers already know next year they'll be moving to the Cup Series.
And we're seeing Christopher Bell falling back quickly.
No fuel pressure.
Oh, sounds like an engine issue.
Pressure.
No fuel pressure. No fuel pressure for the 20.
So here making the move on the outside of Allgaier, gets out of the groove a little bit, then gets into the wall. I don't think, would they be connected, Steve? Making contact and then losing fuel pressure?
Well, these cars do, most of them run a mechanical fuel pump. What that is the pump is actually in the trunk, and there's a cable that drives it, unlike the Cup cars that are fuel. Let's see here, they go under the hood.
Now just 5 laps to go. And the gap, 0.2 of a second.
He's faster. 00 is faster than the 7. Can he make it happen? Way up the racetrack that time. Got him a huge run down the back straightaway. Right there in the middle of the corner, it just seems like the 00 is able to carry more speed. And that helps him on corner exit.
Here comes slower traffic. They're trying to get by the lap traffic now. Will that hinder the 7 of Justin Allgaier?
And Rick, more importantly for Michael Annett on the right side of your screen, that is points right in front of him. If he passes Ross Chastain, goal number 1 of the day to get stage points here in the first stage with just 4 to go would be accomplished. And Steve, if I'm Travis Mack and they pull this off and you've already had one of your competitors eliminated, I feel a lot better about life in the left-hand side of that screen than I get these stage points right here.
Great move by Michael Annett, patient around the bottom. He got to the inside.
Did Ross Chastain hit the wall there?
I thought he did.
Looked like he maybe made some contact with the wall as Annett was going by.
Justin Allgaier actually using the slow cars to his advantage, kind of using those to hurt the momentum of the double zero. So on the right-hand side, Michael Annett, the one, is taking that position. That's the point Marty just spoke of on the left-hand side right here. This is the 7 of Allgaier, the race leader. The double zero of Cole Custer. What are these two racing for? Not only points, but that playoff point. We talk about buckets, right? Those bonus points, those playoff points that continue into the next round. 1 point will be awarded. That's what Cole Custer's thinking right here.
And 1 lap to go in stage 1. So Allgaier needing points because he hasn't won this year. Not many playoff points at all for Allgaier. And Cole Custer, one of the big 3. And looking to the inside as they work their way through 3 and 4. He's going to get close, but he's not going to get there. Allgaier's going to win stage 1.
So the challenge for Taylor is to not adjust that based on things that Zane will learn on his own over the course of developing over the race. So it's been an interesting mindset for the crew chief and driver both, trying to work through the race car and the race track right now. They're a little bit tight off turn 2. That's his latest complaint. By the way, 3 Junior Motorsports cars in the top 10. So unlike Joe Gibbs Racing, Junior's cars having a pretty good day right now.
That's an interesting comment about Zane Smith. If you watched practice yesterday, you know, normally, Steve, when you put new tires on, you see this increase in speed, right? And then the tires will fall off kind of to where the old tires were. When you look at Zane's times, you couldn't tell when he put tires on. Now, the positive of that was a lot of people going into this race thought that 8 car, if we got a long run, that 8 car could win this race because his speed was so good on old tires. We're not really seeing that. That hasn't developed into the race yet, but yesterday in practice, there was a serious belief that on a long run, this 8 car would be the one to beat.
See Zane Smith wisely just giving the top lane to the double zero. Remember, the double zero ran second in the first stage, lost all those spots on pit road. Good communication on the 8. Now, I don't want you to just, give up a spot at any time, but when someone like Cole Custer's running you down, let him go, maybe learn, right? Why he did run Dover here in the spring, speaking of Zane Smith, follow this double zero, see what he's doing.
And Steve, this is kind of going according to plan here. Remember, they came in at the end of stage 1 and made adjustments to try and make the car better on the short run. Well, here we are in the long run. They continue to get better. And keep in mind, looking ahead already to round 2 in the playoffs, look at 2 of the tracks, 1.5 mile racetracks there. That's right in their wheelhouse. They wanted to just get through today as best they can. And obviously they're doing that right now, but they are excited about the next round. Feel like they have a chance to lock in to Homestead, even on the first race at Kansas.
That's confidence. As I'm sure Justin Allgaier is confident in his race car, as he is now 1.1 second in front of Austin Cindric. But it's Allgaier who's led 62 laps already, and he will win stage 2. So now the sweep of stage 1 and stage 2. A huge turn of events just takes place. There were green flag pit stops underway, and the 90 spins trying to get onto pit road. That's Dylan Bassett. The 23 was on pit road, but with the caution coming out, does that help the 23 save that lap that he was down?
Well, we're going to have to see. He was already 1 lap down on the racetrack, so this would be saving another lap not to go 2 or perhaps 3 down. I think the bigger decision, Cole Custer was still on the racetrack, race leader. Michael Annett still on the racetrack. And guys, must-win situation for Justin Haley. Well, he is only one of the 3 cars currently on the lead lap. Michael Annett might have to race him to save his playoff spot.
Been talking about how hard it is to get onto pit road. Well, here you see it. Bassett just carrying too much speed. Car comes around on him, and NASCAR really has no choice right here but to throw the caution with that car sneaking up near the racetrack. They just have to throw the caution right there.
They got it settled out before they went across the start-finish line. The Great restart for the 0-0 of Cole Custer. Here comes Justin Allgaier. He's up to second. Allgaier still looking for a win in 2019.
Silly as it sounds, that's what Michael Annett wants to see. As long as the 11 is behind him, he knows that his path to the playoffs is clear.
11 almost got into the 8 car. Both cars up the racetrack. I think Zane Smith was trying to get away from him. There he goes again. Haley has nothing to lose. He's going to push the issue right here.
Here comes Gregson. Oh, not able to get in the gas.
You hear him playing with the throttle. Got really tight on corner exit.
And again, a little bit higher up the racetrack. Here comes Noah Gregson. He goes by him. The gap between 1 and 2. Custer and Allgaier, 0.4 of a second.
With the 11's inability to go up there and take the lead, Michael Annett currently looks really good on points. So now if you go back to the front of the field, Cole Custer and Michael Annett.
Up into the wall, turn 2.
Caution on 2 here.
And coming in and getting him with Matt Mills, but that was the 07, Ray Black Jr. And the 01 also involved.
Like I got a flat or something.
Stephen Light. So another restart coming up.
Yeah, Monster's eating some more cars right here. Unfortunately, Haley, the guy that needs to win this race, he's going to start on the outside this time. He scored in 4th place. I think that's actually beneficial to him.
Yeah, so good work for Allgaier, right? Allgaier drove
Yeah.
right up there to second.
You guys remember they said they were going to tighten the race car up. Justin just radioed in way too tight in the 11.
Yeah, it looked really tight. Getting on the out of turn 2 on the exit, you can hear him big time having to get out of the throttle.
The 07 goes around, and then chain reaction. The 01 and the 5 as they try to slow down for the wreck. I think there was some contact.
On 7 laps to go.
Great start by the 11, Justin Haley. Really good launch.
Haley pushing the 0-0 of Cole Custer. But here comes the 7 of Allgaier once again. Little contact as they go down the backstretch. Haley running 3rd. Cindric is 4th. Haley in a must-win situation.
Oh, you don't want to be 3 wide here.
6 laps to go. Cole Custer up front. Allgaier falling back. Lost a lot of ground through 1 and 2. Here comes Haley.
Listen, Haley made a big run on Allgaier off turn 2.
And the gap lengthens now between Custer and Allgaier.
Yeah, that lap time by Cole Custer, very impressive. A half a second better than second place Allgaier. Cindric came to pit road to make some adjustments on that 22 car. Seems to turn a little bit better. I just think he's going to run out of laps. Currently in the 4th position. He's going to need another yellow, I think, to close the gap.
This whole season, the story has really been about the big 3. Cole Custer with Christopher Bell and Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick, Cole, and Christopher Bell, they both are going to be going on into the Cup Series next year. Cole Custer, it is still not determined what is going to happen in 2020 for him. So now he's getting ready, potentially just 3 laps away, 2 now, from winning his 7th race this season. Is there a spot in the Cup Series for him?
Well, he's proven that Reddick had an issue. That 20, Bell had an issue. Well, the 3rd of the big 3, he didn't have an issue. He wins the race. I mean, these are the 3 you have to beat. Justin Allgaier, at perhaps one of his best tracks, has a good car, and he just has nothing for the 0-0 in these closing laps.
How about Justin Haley? How sideways he was off turn 4. Just trying his hardest to do everything he can to stay in that 3rd position. You never know what's going to happen. Cindric taking the battle to him, going to take this spot.
Fighting for every position on the racetrack. Cole Custer, 1 lap to go on an anniversary weekend for Dover, the 50th anniversary. It's also an anniversary for Cole Custer. It's his 100th start in the Xfinity Series. And it looks as though Cole Custer is going to get his 7th win of the season. It comes on his 100th start, and it comes at the Monster Mile.
Did you expect this one, Cole? The way the day was going, it didn't seem like you guys were going to be contenders.
Yeah, we didn't have the track position kind of all day, and we fought it a little bit. We kind of tried something new this race, but I mean, I wanted to win here so bad for so long. I've been close a number of times, and just to win the Gold Monster, it's unbelievable. Having Production Alliance Group on the car, it's their third race in the car, and it's their third win, so this is unbelievable. But I don't know, I just can't thank everybody at the shop. Mike with a great pit call. I mean, it was just, I can't believe it turned out that way, but I just can't thank everybody enough.